See how this goes.
Okay.
Yo. This is episode 73. Roundtable discussions. Got myself, Romac.
AKA.
Rap Nerd.
AKA.
Relly Wilson.
AKA.
Relly Martinez.
AKA.
Millie Rock Mac. Come on.
AKA.
Dennis the Menace.
AKA.
Rodamaz.
AKA.
Rel Cole.
AKA.
Roderick Douglas.
Okay. AKA.
The nigga that look like the nigga off the Lemonhead box.
AKA.
Don't whisper, I do.
Sorry.
Motivational Mac.
There we go. I like it. Any more?
And I'm gonna end it with Tequila Poppy.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here with my dog.
Hey, what's up? I am LaShesia,
AKA.
the Butter Babe.
Ooh, AKA.
Natural Beauty Supply.
AKA.
Two she's.
Ooh, AKA.
She.
That's all you got right now?
That's all I got. That's all I got. You blew me out the water. I was like, okay, I'm gonna think of like 4. And
Trust me, when that tequila kick in, when we outro,
it's gonna be way more.
You gonna have
way
like
more.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But it's tradition here that we start every episode with a weekly recap.
Okay.
So can you tell myself and the people that are listening and watching? I'm sorry. So guys, this is I'm actually recording this episode via camera for YouTube. So if you guys are watching this right now, that means the audio and the video looks great. If you don't, then just stick to the audio.
Yeah.
But it's tradition here that we start with a weekly recap.
Okay.
So can you tell myself and the people that are listening and watching how your week was? That would be great.
It was an up and down struggle. As an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, like your life is literally ebbs and flows. Like there's some good spots, some bad spots. But we did launch a new workshop that we're doing this week, and we got a lot of good traction with that. It's called the Butter Bar Experience.
Butter Bar Experience.
Yep. So we got a few bookings from doing the promo and stuff on that, and like just getting stuff together for like Valentine's Day, down the line strategic planning. So this week has been a whirlwind, and I had 3 kids, so to throw them into the mix.
Busy. Okay. Which today is Motivational Monday. So can you tell myself again and the people that are listening and watching what kept you motivated throughout this week?
What keeps me motivated is my customer base. They're really good to me, and they have always given me really good feedback. And my kids, like they gotta eat, So me knowing that, and my oldest is 15, he's 6 something. He's taller than his daggone dad now, and he wears a size 14 shoe. So I gotta stay working.
Yeah. All right, my week's been pretty solid. Today was just a shitty day, but the week in general was pretty good. I'm continuously working out, eating better, drinking about 2.5 liters of water a day.
I gotta get better with my water intake.
So I'm trying to like be more healthier me. But my week was pretty good. Today was just a shitty day.
Yeah.
And what kept me motivated this week was like the fear of failure.
Yes.
Like I kept telling myself like, this is what you want. So shut the fuck up and do it.
And do it.
Like stop complaining, stop bitching. Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
And you don't want to fail, so put your best foot forward while you're doing it. So
I like that.
That's like definitely what kept me pushing.
Do you train yourself, or do you work out with a trainer?
I just work out at home.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and it's been a struggle to work out at home because like I like going to the gym and shit like that. But now that I found like a rhythm and like a routine and stuff, it's like it's really nothing. I just gotta just do it. Stop being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My trainer kicked my ass on leg day. Like I'm still in pain, and it was 2 days ago.
That's a good pain, though.
It is. I was glad he canceled this morning though. It's like, that's crazy. Okay.
Wow. I was on my way.
Still in my bed.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
Yes.
And before we get into everything, yesterday, well, today's Monday, but Thursday the 28th was my 2-year anniversary of doing my podcast.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So you are the first interview of the start of year 3.
Nice.
And to celebrate that, bought some champagne.
Oh, here we
So
go.
we're about to drink some champagne.
All right.
So. I would tell y'all the brand of the champagne, but they're not paying me.
Okay, here we go.
But it is one of the black-owned champagnes.
Here we go. That's better.
And it's not the one that costs $400 or $500.
Okay.
It's the other one.
So the one.
But for the people that are listening, clearly I'm not in the shop for the YouTube viewers, but can you maybe give myself and the people that are listening who may not know you a brief elevator pitch of who you are?
Yes. So I am LaShesia Holiday. I am the founder of Natural Beauty Supply. We are a beauty supply with naturals in mind, and we were started to end the stigma around natural hair by providing the tools and services necessary to aid in your natural hair care journey. So we have everything from body butters, body scrubs, we have hair oils. If you are a bae with a beard or have a bae with a beard, we have a beard care line called Beard Bae. We have Apparel, which I'm wearing now.
Yes, she is. Put it in the camera.
Here you go. You see it? Touching my hair. Not recommended, because baby, listen.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's to 2 years.
Okay. Boom.
I'll pour yours first.
Okay, I appreciate
I'm
it.
such a fucking
Such a gentleman.
Such a gentleman.
I raised you right, you know that.
Don't start your shit. Do not start your shit.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But good. But continue. I'm sorry.
So just kind of to give you a little bit of background. One of our first products, which I didn't know was a product, was our Holy Girl hair oil. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
My daughter Taylor, she's 7 now, but she was born at 23 weeks, so she was born severely premature.
Okay.
And I actually was pregnant with twins with Taylor. And she came at 23 weeks, and she was bald whenever she was born. I mixed oils to help her hair grow, and now her hair is on her back. So that was like our first product, but I just was trying to help her and like figure out how to navigate that process. And then we had a product. But the first product that actually launched was in January of 2017. My mom's birthday is in January. And I was laid off from a mortgage company job, which I loved. They laid us all off from upper management, like the person who hired me, all the way down after 3 months of me working there.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Like, what's going to happen? I had already had this idea about natural and what I wanted to do, and I had started going back to school, getting my ducks in a row, like, all right, so I'm going to work this job for a couple months, or a couple years, and get everything together for natural, and then transition out. And God was like, nope, you're going to do this now. And in January of 2017, I made my mom a body scrub for her birthday because I'm too old to make her a macaroni necklace, right? Even though I ain't got no job, I had to figure that part out, right? So I made it, and she was like, how much are you selling these for? And I was like, I'm not. She was like, you don't got no job. Like, how much are you selling these for? And I was like, huh.
Shout out to Mom being a real nigga.
She is.
Mom been a real nigga.
She been a real
Mom
nigga.
been a real nigga. That's the mom being a real nigga.
She been a real one. So she was like, you need to sell these. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna sell them. And I put it out there. Friends and family started to buy, and then now we have about over 40 products.
That's fucking dope. That's dope. Let's clap it up for that. I'm gonna put your drink down. Clap it up.
Thank you.
So, can you maybe take us back to the first thoughts, the first initial thought? You know what? Let's skip that. You mentioned being 100% full entrepreneur. Can you maybe speak to what or who may have influenced you to become an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneurship for me was kind of foreign, to be completely honest, because my mom had a daycare for like whenever I was maybe 12 or 13 for a short stint. So I kind of understood it, but not really, if that makes sense. So for me, I knew from just working jobs that it wasn't for me. Like me, I hated the 9 to 5. I hated going into work. I hated everything about like micromanagement and everything. And that's really how I ended up transitioning into Naptural, because I left a job that I was at for almost 2 years. I couldn't stand my manager. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go over to this job. It has better hours, they're more lax, the pay is better. I'm gonna just work over here and just figure this out. But for me, I didn't really have, like my grandma worked for the bus company. They ain't paying me either, so I ain't gonna shout them out. But she worked for them for like 30 years, and I didn't really see too many people being like an entrepreneur. Like people had daycares, and that was kind of pretty much like the extent of what I've seen. So it was very foreign. So I had to figure everything out.
Okay. So, like knowing, was that like a rough journey at first? Can you maybe break down like the initial thought of you starting your business into like the trials and tribulations as you first begin to like your journey?
Yes. So for me, I initially had the idea of natural from going natural with my own hair. So I stopped chemically straightening my hair, and I had to go to like the local Walmart, Walgreens, the beauty supply store, which is predominantly dominated by Asian and Arabians, right? So I can't ask them my questions that I have about the hair products because they don't have the same hair type. So they know nothing about my hair, right? And I may have to order stuff online just to wash my hair. Like that's legit, just to simply wash my hair. And I was like, okay, it would be dope to have a place where I can get all my products in one place and I can get my questions answered. The person looks like me, and I just kept feeling this tug, like you have to do it. That doesn't exist. So you have to do it. You got to quit saying it would be great, and you have to do this thing. And for me, I was like, all right, so how do I do that? I went back to school, and me in school was not the best of friends. And I was like, all right, this time, this is like 456 that you going to school, right? All right, so this time you're really going to go, you're going to figure things out, and you're just going to kind of just let yourself be in school. You go for business because you know that you want to be in business, but you're not really sure what type of business you want to be in. So initially I went back to school for like human resource management and another matter. It was like 2 majors, marketing and human resources.
I went to school for marketing.
Did you? Did you like it?
At the time, yeah. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have changed my major.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know now and what I want to do with my life and my career, I would not choose marketing.
Marketing.
But
But marketing is booming now, more so than probably whenever you went to school. You might not have been able to like find too much in your direct field.
And not to make this about me. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I wish I would have went to school for journalism. Knowing what I do now,
what you do now, it would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it would. I would be a lot further in my podcasting career, if you want to say so. But
I can see it. But yeah, so I went back to school. And I just kind of was just trying to figure out who I was, what I wanted to do, and it just kept coming back to me of doing this thing with Naptural.
And around what year is this?
So that was 2016.
Okay.
2016 is whenever I left my old job that I didn't like and went to this new position. Or was it? It might have been 2015 that I got the idea, but I kind of like pocketed it. Decided to decide. And the job that I hated, I couldn't focus on that thing because I was so consumed with the job. So whenever I transitioned over, and I honestly, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Whenever I transitioned over to that other job, it had like everything that I needed. They even paid for you to go back to school. So I was like, this is lit. I don't gotta deal with nobody on my back. I can just do what I need to do. I can take lunch when I want to take lunch. Like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be at. And God was like, no, get out. Go ahead. You need to do this now. But going back a little bit to my natural journey, I couldn't figure out where that place was, and I had to create it. Mm-hmm.
I kind of think we have similar starts in a sense, because I kept like searching for like things of what I'm doing right now in the city, and maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I do apologize. But I didn't see like a weekly show, if you want to call it that is like trying to get people within the city their flowers,
right?
Spread knowledge about what people are doing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dope people in this city.
There are.
Like, there's so many dope people doing so much dope shit, and I'm like, why isn't no one documenting this? And I'm like, well, maybe that's the universe saying, well, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
And initially, my podcast didn't start out as like, it was more like current events, pop culture, if you want to call it that. But then I had a talk with 2 good friends of mine, and they were like, you kind of need a little bit more substance in your pod. It's like, all right, so let me start interviewing people.
Right.
And then when it like clicked, like, this is what you always been looking for, and now you have it. But this isn't about me. This is about you.
Yeah, but no, I think that's dope, and I agree with you. From transitioning and becoming an entrepreneur, I found a lot of dope people, and that I didn't even know like existed. Right? Like, there's this whole world of Black entrepreneurship in Pittsburgh that I had no idea, because I was so busy, with my 9 to 5. I didn't know that it existed. I started going to different social events and stuff, and just finding and connecting
with people, happy hours, and you're like, oh shit, oh, you do this,
you do this,
oh shit, here's my number. Before you know, you got a whole community of people. It's like, oh, this
legit.
Like, oh, this, like, for one, this Blackness is dope as fuck.
It is, and it's like a small little niche in Pittsburgh. I think it's dope.
Yeah. So let's talk about the name of your business now. Naptural. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was like, I mean, I understand why you named it that, but to some people, like nap or calling our hair nappy is kind of like a negative. So why did you name your business that?
So for me, I wanted to take the negative connotation out of the word nap. I wanted to take the power back. Kind of like how people say nigga, right? And they're like, oh no, it's our word. It's
our word, yeah.
Nobody can say it. It's our word, and it doesn't mean what you think it means. But yeah, I just wanted to take that negative connotation out of it, because you're beautiful naturally. Your natural kinks and coils. Your natural kinks and coils are beautiful unapologetically. So, but yeah, I wanted to empower people to know that they're, you the shit. So
yeah, I love my nappy shit.
Yeah, but for so long, like, my hair was relaxed for as far back as I can remember. I think I started getting relaxers at 5, so I didn't know how to work with my hair. I had no idea. I went from looking like legit like Celie off The Color Purple. I did not know what I was doing with my hair, and people would be like, sis, are you okay? Like, do you need money? Do
you need money?
You need me to get your hair done?
People, we need your money.
No, I'm okay. I'm doing this natural thing. Like, I'm fine. People weren't having it. And then that, like, transition, legit. And one of the biggest things for me that I knew I kind of needed to do this thing was whenever people would say, like, natural hair is not for me. And I'm like, how is the hair that literally grows from your head not for you? That doesn't make any sense. And once I started to learn how to work with my hair, and I went from Celie to Diana Ross, and I was giving looks, I was like, oh, okay. And people started to change the, sis, are you okay? Do you need money? How did you do that? Like, what did you do to get that style? That's cute. You know what I mean? What did you do? Can we talk?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. It's not that they don't like natural hair. They don't know what to do with their hair. And I was like, okay, this is where you come in.
Because society standards, and it's said that like we grew up, black people meaning,
right? We
grew up to their standard. Let's just be real. It's just, in my opinion, as of recently, we just started embracing a little bit more of our blackness.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes, I
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I think that we're a lot more comfortable in creating like black only spaces.
Yes.
We're okay with like it being segregated. Like, and that's cool. I am black and I'm
shocked. They don't pay.
They don't pay. I'm black and that's okay. I'm authentically myself, and that's all right. I agree with you.
So, knowing the name of your business, have you ever got any like someone come up to you like upset about the name?
No, like even white people, legit. White people are like, oh my God, I love the name. And I'm like, oh, okay, I wanted to take the negative connotation out of the word now. They're like, no, that's beautiful. Like, and I haven't yet, knock on wood, I haven't yet gotten anybody who's even tried to challenge me. People will ask me why I did it. And I'll explain it. And then they're like, oh, that's beautiful. And that's that. Like, I haven't had it.
Okay, so you talked about making a product for your mother. What was the next step in your journey following that?
So so whenever I made my mom the scrub, I had
real nigga mom. Let's say that again one more time. Real nigga mom.
Mama, I love you.
Real nigga. We just gonna leave it at that.
Like, no, legit. Like, she definitely was like, oh, you need to sell these. And then my friends and family are like, yeah, like you need to do this. So I do think, you didn't ask me that, but having a tribe is very, very important.
Of course, absolutely.
It's essential. Like, you need your group chat to look whenever you're ready to quit.
you need, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but you need supporters, or you need people holding pom-poms to tell you like, no, what you're doing is dope. Keep doing it, because if you don't have that support, you can have the dopest idea in the world and be like, man, ain't nobody worried about this shit. But it could be the next new iPhone. Man.
And what's wild is, I didn't even initially tell my mom about like natural and stuff. I held it so close to me. Like, I didn't really, I kept it under radar. I had created a Facebook page. I never promoted it until, I made her that scrub and she was like, oh, you need to do this. And then once I started to promote it, people were like, this page has been here for 6 months. Like, why didn't you say anything? And I was like, I was scared. Like,
yeah. Fear is a motherfucker.
It is.
Like, it's like.
And it will eat you.
Yes, because some people have a fear of succeeding because of all the newfound responsibilities that come with that. Like, there's a fear of failure and a fear of succeeding.
Yes.
Like, that shit's real.
Yep.
Like,
I feel like I'm teeter-tottering in the middle, to be completely honest.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had this camera for months and never pulled it out. Learned about it, figured it out, and said, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. 3 months later,
and that will kill you. That I'll do it next week,
and I said,
tomorrow.
I said, yo, you spent X amount of money on this camera and it's collecting dust, my nigga.
You gotta take it out.
Quit being a bitch.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Pull it out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, seriously. But yeah, I had to. I think I forgot the question. What was it? What was the rest of it? Don't do that to me.
No, it's funny because I forgot.
I'm like, wait, I think I was done answering that.
We were talking about your mom.
Yes.
And your Facebook page. Why you never used it?
Yes.
Because you said because you were scared.
I was scared.
And then you were going into something else, but that's
just moving through fear. Honestly, like, that's a real thing, and you have to push through it. Like, that's it.
Can you, before we continue, you give the people all your socials to get in contact with you, website, whatever you got?
Okay. So our website is www.naturalbeautysupply.com.
Log on right now. Right now. Stop what you're doing right now.
Literally go
right there right now.
You can follow us on all social media platforms at Naptural Beauty Supply, Naptural. And if you want to follow me in my antics, it's at 2She's on Instagram. The number two. And then LaShesia Holiday on Facebook, LaShesia and double L on Holiday.
And promote your clubhouse.
Yes, so I'm on Clubhouse as LaShesia Holiday. Don't follow me into rooms. Like I don't always be doing what I'm supposed to do on there. Like that's legit a outlet for me sometimes. Like last night I was on a really, really good one, but most of the time I just be in this room just dicking around, just shooting a breeze because it's nice background noise. Like I could be working and doing stuff and then they're just in there cracking jokes and stuff. But the one I was on last night was how to launch your product and I forgot her last name, but the founder of Honeypot, she's on there. She's dope. I like her because she's very authentic. She cussing and shit. And people be trying to like filter me sometimes, and I'm like, no, people need to know I be cussing sometimes.
Yeah, like you a whole ass room nigga, right?
Yeah,
for real.
I don't want to be so inauthentic and so this person who I don't recognize, right?
Yeah.
So I do, struggle with the whole ideology behind professionalism versus the other stuff. But I'm like, I just give you a happy medium, Yeah. I do funny, cute shit like our busted challenge wasn't really a busted challenge. And
that was funny.
People was mad about that. It was like I'm unfollowing you, I'm blocking you. I was like, do it as you.
I have a real life.
I don't care. Like, but they were laughing. So we try to make light but yeah, I'm LaShesia Holiday on Clubhouse. Don't follow me in the rooms.
All right, so you mentioned, I keep going back to this because I want you to maybe talk about like what is inside of this product. So the product that you gave your mother, can you maybe go into detail of what is all in that? So that people, and also go into like following that, go into like the Beard Bay product and then go through like maybe just all your products in general.
Okay, so our initial first product was our body scrubs. No, good.
You sure?
Get back at some. I'm gonna drink the rest of the tequila. That's why you ain't want no tequila. You knew when she was going. In the very first thing that I made my mom, it was a brown sugar scrub. So in that scrub, it has all of the goodness for your body. First of all, if you're listening, I do want you to exfoliate, whether you're a man or a woman. You should be exfoliating, especially if you live in Pittsburgh. It's very important because this winter time will mess you up and you need to exfoliate the dead skin off, get your blood circulating, all of that is important. But in the scrub, it was a brown sugar scrub. We have very basic ingredients, but they're essential, and that's all we focus on, like being like all natural, holistic, that type of thing. But brown sugar, olive oil, and avocado oil, basic, but it gets the job done.
And to this day, do you still like
that one?
Yeah.
Particularly, yes. That one's called Brown Sugar Babe. And Brown Sugar Babe is one of my friends. Shout out to Jarita. She loves that one. That's like her favorite one. It doesn't have a fragrance. It just makes you kind of smell like just a beautiful chocolate brown sugar.
Damn.
Just bomb. Most of our stuff has fragrance, but we do have some things for sensitive skin. That's like our naked products that are without the scent. But like I said, our products are very minimalist. So we have body butters that consist of avocado oil, olive oil, shea butter. You gotta have the shea butter, baby. One of our top sellers is our Sugar Shea. That has the same kind of mix up with throwing in some cocoa butter. Because, sometimes we be extra and we need a little extra.
Sometimes we be ashy.
Sometimes you need a little something
extra. You classy.
Yeah, actually classy. I think I did a
shout out to Big. Rest in peace,
I
Big.
think I did. Was it TikTok? It was something I did on that. But we have apparel now. We have a bunch of different t-shirts, and I think we have like 5 hoodies left. The hoodies did really, really well for the holiday season. What else? Holy Grail hair oil. We talked about that with my daughter, her being premature and me being able to help her hair grow. And Beard Bay. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. If you're not using Beard Bay, like what are you even doing with your beard?
I'm folding right now.
You are. I'm gonna get you together.
Please do.
I'm gonna get you together. So the Beard Bay kit, it's a
kit. Oh,
it's a kit.
Okay.
It's a system. Okay.
Break it down.
It's a 3-part and there's a 4-part system. It all depends on your preference. So the 4-part system consists of the Beard Bay oil, which I just had a client tag me and he was just so excited to get that product because he's like, it just makes my beard just glisten and I just feel like
I'm jealous.
I'm in Hollywood or something. So we have the Beard Bay oil, we have the Beard Bay balm. The balm helps to keep it intact, like not too hard to the point where it's like stiff, but it'll help keep it nice and soft. And then there is an exfoliating scrub and a wash. So there was a study that came out, I'm not sure if you read it, but beards are the dirtiest thing on a man's body. Yep. There's all types of stuff that lives in there.
Pretty sure.
So, and y'all know what y'all be doing. So y'all got to clean out beards. Like, we're grown. Y'all got to clean out beards.
We can leave it at we grown.
Yeah.
Clean your shit.
We grown. Clean your beard.
Yeah. Stop eating ass.
So,
I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it.
But
I haven't drank in a while. I'm kind of feeling it off. I'm telling you right now.
or you don't have to stop doing the things that you like to do. You can just get the scrub and the wash and clean yourself. That's it.
Wash your ass.
Yeah, definitely heavy on the wash your ass and exfoliate. But the scrub, like if you get the ingrown hairs, that type of thing, the dry, like, because some people have dandruff in their beards. Mm-hmm. The wash and the scrub will really help with that. So I don't know if you get those. Do you get ingrown hairs in your beard sometimes? Okay, your wife picks them out.
Yeah, all the time.
So that'll help her to be able to do something else with her day because you can just exfoliate your beard and get them out yourself, or you can have her do it because it seems like that might be more the time for you. You was like, wait, what?
I actually like that.
I like that. I like her in my beard. Okay, so she can exfoliate your beard, and it can be a whole experience. We partnered with before COVID with a few like spas and things that do like the man, what are they called? The facials for men. I don't know what they're called, but it's like a beard experience, and we partner with a few different salons and stuff.
So listeners, I don't know if y'all hearing what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing that she's the shit. She's saying she over partner with spas and shit. Yeah. Got merch that you need to go buy.
Yep.
Scrubs and beard shit. A whole bunch of products for your whole household.
Yes.
Take your black ass to the website.
Yes.
And buy the shit.
Heavy on the website.
Heavy on the website.
And two, I think this is a very overused word, but just if you are in business and in COVID right now, you had to pivot your business. We weren't online our whole 3 years of existence. Like we had a storefront over in East Liberty, and that's been closed since it's almost been a year. March of last year it closed, and we had to figure out like what's next. What do I do? And I say we because I speak into existence. We'll have a team and things, but it is just me. As great as my customer service is, so if you ever bought a product, it is just me, but that's okay. But I had to figure that part out, and I was really, really scared. Like my friends had been saying, like, oh, you need to just go online. And I'm like, how? Like, how do I just go online and I have a product that people want to touch and feel and smell and all of those things? And then I realized that I had to evoke those senses and things like that online. So we're in the process of a complete revamp, but we were able to do it. Successfully. I mean, during COVID, I don't know if people were just bored, but I'm proud to say that we have been able to sustain ourselves in COVID, and a lot of businesses are closing.
Super dope. That's super dope. You mentioned the storefront in East Liberty. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time you invited me to, I don't know what that.
That was Natural's birthday.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was our
like multiple vendors.
Yes. So
can you maybe talk about how you started that idea?
Yes. So I am all about lifting as we climb, right? So I have always been very intentional about like trying to pour into people, honestly. Like, and sometimes it can be very exhausting, right? But I know that we didn't get the leg up, right? There's people who literally are legacies ahead of us, and if we're not helping our people, then who's going to help them? You know what I mean? So for me, whenever
Hence the podcast.
Hence the podcast.
Ta-da!
Right? Ta-da! But so
told you I had fucked up days.
yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I did too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna come here and I'm drinking tequila. I don't care.
I didn't start drinking that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all had a good interview. For drinking that shit.
So I was thinking about doing like vending and like having like marketplaces and things like that. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do it for Natural's anniversary. Our grand opening at Gallery on Penn, because that's where we were prior to COVID. Our first anniversary, I didn't realize that I had that much support whenever we initially opened the storefront. It was to the point where I think we opened up at say we opened up at 8 or 10 a.m. and then we closed at 8. I ate once that day. It was so busy. And I just wasn't.
But it was a great turnout.
It was a beautiful turnout. I ate once a day and I was just like, okay, I have something here, right? So I knew from our very first opening, that Natural had social pool. So I'm like, okay, I can share this. Like, I can bring other people and they can also share their social pool.
Was that your like aha moment?
Yeah, whenever I did whenever we had the grand opening, and that was in November of 2018, I was like, okay, all right, we got something here. I didn't expect, I honest to God did not expect that level of support, because I would have had people help me too. It was to the point where one of my customers went and bought me food. That was the only reason why I ate. And she was like, no, I'll man your station. Sit down and eat this damn salad. Like, you look like you're about to pass out. But I realized, like, okay, we have a social pool. So whenever we do events and stuff, we need to be very strategic on how we promote these events. And then I can help other people by doing events. So whenever, fast forward to was that our second year? What was our first or second? It was our second year anniversary. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have vendors, and I'm very meticulous about the way I like things to look. I'm a stickler on branding. I like things to look a certain way. So I vetted every single vendor. So that was a lot for me. Shout out to my cousin LaShesia. She was a vendor as well.
Shout out.
I support and appreciate her. She does called Daily Needs. She does like couponing, and then she resells the items for a low price. Mm-hmm. But everybody, I liked their brand story and who they were and what they were doing. So I was very meticulous about that, very particular rather. And it worked out. I was able to, what I did for my grand opening, I did a survey for the anniversary. So the numbers that I did for our initial grand opening, the same amount of money or a little bit more was in that room. And this time I was able to kind of spread it around. So for me, I was like, okay, you did your deed. You know what I mean? Like, you were able to spread the wealth kind of. So.
Yeah, I remember when I pulled up, I was just like looking around. I'm like, I've never seen this, like, many vendors all at one place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and I didn't even get to talk to you. Like, that's how busy we were. I think I maybe was like, hey,
yeah, we hugged, and
that was it.
I mean, of course, I've seen it, but it's just like dope when you see it from someone that you know personally.
Yes.
Like, I don't think people know that are listening. Like, of course, I don't know. Like, me and Shishi go back, back to like pre-teens, like kids, kids. So it's like to see that. I mean, like to go from that to where you're at now, and you hosting an event. I'm like, I'm pulling up for my friend, like I'm showing my support,
right?
Like, and it was some dope shit.
Thank you.
And it was all women.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't remember a male vendor.
Nope, there wasn't a male vendor. There wasn't. There was a kid vendor. My kid's sister. She was one of the vendors. She'll be 16 in March. So yeah, there were kids, and there was another little girl who did like snow cones and stuff. And then Talon's businesses, the Chosen One Apparel. But there weren't any men. I didn't get like men didn't like apply because I had like an application and everything. They didn't apply.
But I think that's kind of like your niche or niche, whatever you want to pronounce it.
Definitely.
Like I think from my personal opinion, I think it should just be black women because it was dope. And like I said this multiple times before. Like I don't think black women get the credit that they deserve.
Thank you, and thank you for giving us our flowers while we're here.
Oh, of course. Yeah, my mama black. I mean, she mixed, but she black.
She said she black.
She black. Shit. My daddy black as hell. Shit, my family black. We light skinned, but we black.
She said we black.
You see this hair?
But no, I definitely think that I definitely think my niche is black women. Like, you know, the love and support that I get from other black women is just unmatched. I love my male clients. Like, they're very easygoing. You know, they want what they want. They get their products and go. But the black women are like, oh, you know, you're doing this. You know, this is beautiful. They're trying to connect me, and it's just it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And that actually ended up, and I guess that may be why too that I do kind of what I do now. In reference to like we do other events and things, and I actually partnered with some of the black women who were in that room. I think were they both there? I think they both were there.
Shout them out.
Shout them out. So Zuri Beats, Keisha Chantel.
That's my dog.
I just love her.
That's my dog.
Now.
You're coming on soon.
That's legit my dog. Her and I, well, we go back, but we actually met at a vending event. Ironically enough, but my best friend Mo, so shout out to Mo.
Shout out to Mo.
She actually connected us. Like she seen that Keisha was doing the beads, and I think their kids went to daycare at the time, and she was like, "Oh, you know, this girl is dope. She makes beads. You know, I think it would be great for you to talk to her. This, that, and the third." Now, real, you've known me since preteen, so you know my disposition and stuff. It was a lot different then than it is now.
Absolutely.
So shout out to growing.
Shout out to the growth.
Yes. So, whenever I initially met Keisha, I didn't know who she was because we never had actually physically met. Like Mo was telling me about her, she was telling Keisha about me, and that was that. I had never seen her. I don't know how she knew who I was. Maybe on a little, I don't know. But she walks up to me and she's like, hey Shishi. And I was like, you know, only a few people know me by Shishi. Yeah. That is a childhood nickname, right? And I was like, LaShesia?
The look, up and down look.
Like, who are you? Girl, get on out of here. And then my past, I'm like, is somebody coming to me as a woman? I don't want to do this.
Somebody coming to me as a woman.
I don't want to do this. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. But no, seriously. I was like,
edit that. I'm not joking.
No. But no, in all seriousness, I was like, who is this girl? And then she finally was like, hey, I'm Keisha. And then we legit been cool ever since. And we built a strong foundation of a friendship. So I partnered with her. And also my good girlfriend Talia. She does good body stuff. That's another butter babe of Pittsburgh. She's dope. She makes all natural skincare as well. And that's another thing that I want to say. You don't have, you don't have to be competition with anybody. You don't have to be in competition. You can that
was going to be my like I was going to salute you for that, because it's like you're shouting out someone that's like your competitor, if you want to call it.
Right.
But it's like we can all eat.
We can all eat. There's legit money out here for everybody.
I can't sell my product to every person in the world.
Right.
So since I can't, let me big up my homie who got the same product.
Right.
And let's eat together.
Yeah. And then she has some stuff that I don't have, and vice versa. Like whenever people are like, "Oh, I need some hair oil," she's like, "I don't do that. I don't do edge control either. Go over to she got you." And there are some products that I do not do, and I'm like, "T might got you. She might do that." But anyway, I partnered with those two women, and then we created the Black Girl Magic, and so we host events, and we partner with. They're like me, meticulous about, who we are promoting, and we want to promote people who are on their grind and doing what they need to do, because there's definitely a difference between vendors and businesses. Like there are people who vend, like there are businesses who vend. I am a business who vends, and there are people that are straight up vendors. If you grind in and you got your hustle, I salute you. I absolutely salute you. But we want to make sure that we're, supporting people and giving people their flowers, like you said. So we created that, and we host events every so often. With COVID, it's been hard, but we do hand select the vendors too.
Okay. I feel like I have an extra question about, because we just been bad at talking.
Yeah.
Like we can get back to interview mode.
Right.
What's the hardest part about your job? I'm sorry. What's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur? The hardest part about being an
entrepreneur for me right now is it just being me, and I'm very anal about my customer service. I'm very anal about the way things look and the way things are pushed out, all of that. So that I'm my biggest critic. And me just being one person, I will grind myself down, literally, to make sure that I'm going for the masses. And our business kind of transformed from just here into a self-care business, right? So I have to make sure that I'm practicing what I preach.
Absolutely.
So I think that for me is honestly one of the hardest things, is to make sure that I am too practicing the self-care that I'm pushing, and that's it.
Have you came across, because I hear this a lot online, or I see and read it online sometimes, where it's like customers tend to not give Black owners grace. So if something is like a day late, they're like, "See, this is why I don't be doing business for Black people."
Yeah.
And it's like, have you came across that?
I've never had anybody bash me on social media, and I'm not on wood, but I've never had anyone bash me on social media. I could say I've had people reach out, like if they didn't get their product via the mail. I ain't gonna say which service I be using, but they be messing up because they messed up today, and I was pissed, and I still have to figure that part out. But I blanked out.
That's tequila. I know. And that's champagne.
He said it would kick in.
I told you. No, hold on. The pause. The pause, and you looked up into the ceiling and was like, "You said it would kick in."
He said it would.
No, hearing like the like customers not giving Black businesses grace.
Yeah, now I see it all the time. Like there was that one time somebody had a fly like in their food. I think it was a showcase. It was somewhere in Homewood. I mean, that shit went viral. Like, and I feel like bad news travels way faster than good news, right? Even if you retract a statement, it's already out there for the masses. I can say, I have not had to have any sort of experience like that where somebody's slandering me on social media. But like I said, I'm a stickler for customer service. If a customer comes to me with a problem, I'm going to eliminate that problem. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's me having to eat something, I am going to eliminate that problem because I don't need that for my business. You know what I mean? Like that, as fast as you come up is as quick as you can fall, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm very, very mindful of that. And I was once called the Chick-fil-A of Black-owned businesses. So that's where I live. You know, I'm Chick-fil-A. I'm upper echelon, okay? I give a different type of service.
That's a kill. Niggas start talking that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. I'm not a go-ahead type of person. I'm a hello, welcome to Natural Beauty Supply. It is 70 degrees outside. Have a great day at Chick-fil-A. How may I take your order? That's what I'm giving.
You are my pleasure, ass.
Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Why do I know that they be saying my pleasure? That's how you know I got Chick-fil-A too much.
Too much. I just was there yesterday, the day before. Don't tell my trainer. I had a salad though. My kids ate
salad.
No, seriously.
Salad, guys.
Their Cobb salad is fire. My kids were mad. They actually wanted a salad. I'm like, I got y'all nuggets. I thought that's what y'all wanted. But yeah. I'm Chick-fil-A. The lowest rating I've gotten is a 4-star, and they didn't. I asked the customer, like, well, you know, why did you rate it that? She was like, oh, I don't know. Like, she didn't even have a reason, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Speaking of ratings, and I'm gonna get back to this. I was checking my ratings on Apple. Mm-hmm. Somebody gave me a 1.
See, and like, why?
A 1?
Are you able to reach out?
I didn't even give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, knowing me, I'm not the person that really cares that much. But it's like, a 1?
Yeah.
Like, not to be arrogant, but my shit is not 1 worthy.
I get it, bro. I completely get it, but the stickler in me wants to know. Like, I want to know what it is.
Fuck you and your fucking 1.
God, see,
whoever wrote
that's the Aquarius coming out.
No, but that's just real. No, that's just honest. Like, I'm not to be honest. Like, I'm trying to interview people within my city and give them their flowers and promote them as much as I can. And right. You give my shit a 1.
Did they give you background, or they just gave you the
just
1
star?
Just kept moving. That's fucked up.
A 1?
That's fucked up. Like, at least, and this is one thing, like, at least help me grow, because that's what me and my circle, we're all about.
And I like to think that I'm a pretty decent person. Mm-hmm. You can reach out to me and say, yo, real, I ain't like that. Here's why.
And exactly, instead of giving me the 1 star. That gotta hurt.
See, now I might have to research and figure out who this person is.
Yeah, I mean,
any minute.
Because I, like, on my Google reviews, you can see, like, who said what. So I reach out to them, hey, you know, even the 5 stars, you know, I reach out, hey, you know, thank you so much for your review. There was a customer who didn't really care for a particular product, and I asked them, you know, why, and we handled it. Yeah. But it didn't go, you know what I mean, any further. It was just a meeting at a minute.
Yeah, 1 star.
That's low. I will really check and see if you can fix that.
You mentioned your 3 kids.
Yes.
Boy, girl, what's the combination?
First, I want to say I'm a single mom of 3 kids. I need to throw that out.
Okay.
For no reason in particular, but
just being real.
No, but seriously, my oldest is 15. My son, he is doing amazing things. He actually is at a basketball game that I can't go to because of COVID right now. Then my middle son is 8. Tyler is hilarious. Like, he has his own personality. I think my kids honestly all have extensions of me in the extreme version. And my baby girl, we talked about Taylor. But yeah, Tyke is very much me in the extreme form of sarcasm. Like, he's extremely sarcastic.
That probably drives me crazy.
It does. And then he's so mild toned with it. It's not like, he's never up here. He's always down here. And then I'll get mad about something. He's like, whoa, Mom. Why are you upset? What's up? Like, what happened?
You need a reality show with your kids.
Yo, we really do. And Tyler, I be saying Tyler be Towering because he do. Like, he just do what he want. If y'all follow me, y'all see him just kind of doing what he want to do. Like, he beats by his own drum, and that's just that. And then Taylor is the nurturing part of me. She's the sweet part of me, the just loving part of me. So it's beautiful to see, like, my heart outside, and all together. I feel like, that's me. That's who I am.
So, I brought up your kids to ask, do you think you being an entrepreneur rubs off on your kids?
Yes, and it's dope to see it. Now, my oldest, I don't know why, I really feel like, because their dad is too an entrepreneur, so he gets to see it
Shout
from
out to him.
both angles. But he fights against being an entrepreneur. Like, he was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. And it may be because I work hard, you know what I mean? He sees that work hard, like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's too much, you know what I mean?
I think maybe, and I'm sorry to cut you off, I think maybe it's because I'm speculating, of course. He may not know what it is he wants to do. But once he finds his passion, he's not going to look at his work.
Exactly. So he recently said to me, hey Mom, I want to be an investor. This is great. My son has wanted to be a football player, a basketball player, a rapper. So now we getting somewhere. We getting, okay, you want to be an investor. Cool. And I support all his dreams. And got the receipts to back it up on every athleticism thing he wanted to do, and then quit. Like, no, you got 6 more weeks in this thing. You gonna finish this out, and then you ain't gotta do it next season. But now he wants to be an investor. And I'm like, okay, that's great, son. So, and he wanted to be a YouTuber before the investor. So, he's 15. He's just trying to figure his way.
My cousin said he wants to be a YouTuber. He wants to be a gamer.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to be. And I was, even with that, I was like, I don't want to be, because I feel like in the Black community, sometimes we don't have the support that we could have, right? From our parents, because they don't understand it, right? So I try to be very open-minded. Okay, that's what you want to do. Fine. How are you going to get your followers? What's your content going to be? How often are you posting? So I'm like drilling him, asking him questions, because I need to know if you're really serious about this thing, or if you just seen somebody do it and you're like, oh, that's great. That looks easy. I can do that, because it can look easy. Like, so many people look like overnight successes, but you don't see the 10 years that they put.
You don't see the grind.
You don't see that.
The grind is the process.
The process is real. So
quit trying to cheat the process.
You
Do
can't.
the fucking work.
You legit cannot cheat the process. You have to do the work. There's no go around. There's none of that. Like, you have to do the work. And as you do the work, you'll see stuff start to open up as you and that's something that I didn't mention. Whenever I started, I had to really change my mindset, honest to goodness, about like opening myself up to opportunities, opening myself up to allow myself to be scared but move through fear. That was a thing that I legit had to do. So I definitely want to say to do that. But going back to my son, he wanted to do the YouTube thing, and then that kind of tapered off. But I have seen him like posting stuff on YouTube, so I'm like, maybe he still wants to do that. But now if you want to be an investor, that's fine. But how are you going to get the money? I'm like, so you either have to start a business or you have to work and figure out that thing. I'm like, because no money is just going to drop into your lap. I wish, right? I wish, yeah. I'm like, but you can definitely be an investor, absolutely. Like, invest in real estate, invest in stocks. There's so much, and now there's a lot of shit happening with the stock market. They seen poor people getting some money, and it was like
stock market fucked up today.
They said fuck all this. I'll knock all this shit over.
No. So sorry to cut you off. For people that may not know, so what? Hold on, because I gotta understand that I'm speaking in the future. So Thursday, the 28th, January 28th, they shut down Robinhood, so people couldn't like buy and sell certain stock.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, majority of the people on Robinhood are black
mm-hmm.
and or broke people.
Yes.
So you just shut it down?
Yeah.
You just shut down the open market.
They said
because
poor people can't have shit.
Yeah, because this company called Melvin Capital lost $5 billion and got bailed out later that day by some rich motherfucker who gave them like $2.7 billion.
See?
But you just stopped people from Robinhood from getting money?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And
that's
somebody said like it's legit. The stock market is rich people's emotions, and I was like, from seeing that, I was like, it legit is. Like, how the hell? Like, what does that have to do with the whatever? But he wants to be an investor, so I'm fully supporting this investor thing. But I just challenge him to make sure that he's doing what he needs to do as far as his due diligence and research and figuring that out. He goes to a really good school. He has good mentors. His teachers and his principal are like investors and stuff. So they've been like taking him under their wing and helping him with that thing, because that's what he's saying. Yes, they are. I'm intentional. But yeah, and they're good people. So, and my youngest son, he already has like a business plan in his head about what type of job he wants to do, business he wants to do, what it looks like, who will be there, what's going to happen in that place. I ain't going to tell y'all because y'all might try to steal my son's idea.
Yeah, don't try to steal shit.
But he legit, and I just, I encourage him, because I'm like, if you can see the thing, you can do the thing. Like, you can legit do it. Because I visualized what I wanted Natural to look like. And I was like, I can see it. Like, I can almost touch it. So
before you continue, can I cut you off? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you said like you have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I fall asleep just about every night?
How?
I literally, I'm sharing something. I'm giving y'all a little bit more
of who he is,
of who I am personally. I fall asleep just about every night getting interviewed or interviewing like on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's the.
Like, I have to do that to fall asleep.
Yep.
Because I have to see it. Like, so I'm in the chair, like Charlamagne's here, Angela Yee's here, Envy's like where you're sitting there, and I'm getting interviewed, and then I reverse it of me interviewing them.
That's it.
I fall asleep to that almost every night.
That's it.
Because it's like I have to dream. I have to like visualize it for it to happen.
Yep.
And it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen.
It's definitely gonna happen, because you know why? You visualize it and you can see it.
This doing this YouTube shit is gonna like.
It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. I just did a TikTok before I got here, and I was like, okay, let me figure this ticky tocky thing out.
You sound like a grandma.
I told you I was about to drink wine. You ripped on me, and I brought the tequila.
Yeah, y'all. She did say she was gonna bring wine. So me being the nice gentleman that I try to be, I brought my wine opener. This nigga brings tequila.
I did.
Like, I ain't tequila popping.
Right. So drink some.
I am.
But and yeah, my baby, she just is like, she may be the one who takes over Natural, because she's definitely somebody's CEO. She's been since has been little.
That's all she knows.
That's all she knows. And representation, it definitely matters. But yeah, she keeps my older son, like my son's, in line. She doesn't play. If I called him, Mom called you.
That's dope.
Go see what Mom wanted. I'm like, I got it. Thank you, my little pitbull.
No, that's dope, because it's like you said, representation. Like us being in our early 30s,
Mm-hmm.
like we didn't see the things that we wanted to become.
Yes.
At their age.
At their age.
So all we knew was what we seen.
Yeah.
Was outside. Niggas is doing this.
Niggas is doing this.
And you're only as big as your imagination.
Yep.
Or what you see.
Or what you see.
So it's like, oh, niggas is doing this. I guess this is all I can be.
This is what I can be. Right, like being in a fish tank, so to speak.
Yes. A shark only grows as big as its
environment. Yeah.
And snakes too. I watch a lot of animals.
What does the snakes do?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, speaking to that though, by the representation mattering, my daughter has never had her hair chemically straightened, and she's never even really. I just started to like blow dry her hair, but she's never had like her hair straightened. She loves her curly hair. She loves for us to wear our hair the same. Like she loves it. And I wore maybe like a year or two ago, I wore a straight wig. My kids flipped shit. What is that? I don't like that. Like they legit were voicing their opinions and they didn't care. I was like, it's not mommy's hair. It's a wig, and they're like, oh, okay, I don't like that.
That's dope.
I like when your hair is curly. I like when your hair is in a puff. So that for me was everything, because that's not how I necessarily grew up. You know what I mean? Like we were indoctrinated to chemically straighten our hair. There was laws against us wearing our natural hair. So that's why I feel like natural is so necessary, so needed.
Yeah. You're dope, yo.
Thank you.
Like you got you're I mean, and this is me speaking from a non-biased standpoint. You're dope because you have a dope just because you're dope, but you have a dope story. You have dope products. You're a dope mom.
Thank you.
Like you're doing so much dope shit, and it needs to be celebrated. Like this is why we're sitting here now.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Like for real.
I do.
I remember we were supposed to do this so long.
A long time ago, and I swear life just got away. And no, and I'm not negating anything that's happened. And if you've lost anyone in COVID, that's a serious apologies and condolences. However, I feel like for me, God was sitting me down. Like, you need to sit down. You're moving way too fast, and you're not even able to like appreciate the things that are happening in your life. Like your life is changing, and you're moving so fast that you can't even see what's happening. You're just moving. So COVID for me has been like reset. Figure out what it is that you want to do, and like calm down and sit down. So I was like, oh, okay, I got some time. Let me call Bro. We've only been supposed to do this for 2 years. Like, and a lot of that too, for me, was fear. Like I've been asked to do podcasts before, and I was like, I don't want to. And you were the first person who asked me, and I've been asked after that. And I was like,
I think another part of it was slightly my fault in a sense, because I kind of take the relationships, or I was taking the relationship that I had for granted. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, she gonna be there.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like, I mean,
and that may have been me too. Like, oh, okay, that's my dog.
Yeah, like we have a relationship. Like I said, since we were kids. Yes. So it's like it's going to happen.
Right.
But it's like, no, you have to like make it happen, because it's like, shit, you just never fucking know.
You don't.
Like,
you legit don't. You don't know. But yeah, so COVID sat me down. And it made me kind of think about everything. Like in my business, it's allowed me time to like get things together. And like I said, we're doing relatively well in a pandemic, and it just kind of shocks me that that's even happening.
It shouldn't shock you, because it shouldn't, because you are very genuine. You're very organic. Like you like, this is, it's not a front. Mm-hmm. And I know that because I've known you for so many years. I'm 30. I'll be 34 next week. I've known you for 20 years.
Yeah.
At least 20
At
years.
least.
So, like, this isn't a facade.
Right.
This is who you are.
This is who I am.
And people can tell real from fake. Mm-hmm. So for you to still be having a great business throughout COVID is because people know like this ain't fake.
Right.
This is who she is.
Right.
So I'm gonna support it.
Yeah. And I can definitely speak to that. Somebody legit just said, because I was like, well, what type of content do y'all want? What do y'all want to see? It's like, we want to see you win because we watched you.
Yeah.
That's what we love. We love to see what you're doing and how you're doing it. They're like, sis, just keep giving us what you've been giving us. Keep giving us these gems because we like that. We want to see that. And I was like, wow. Like I just be talking, like I just be telling my little story, you know, I just be telling y'all what's happening, and they like that. And I know that from like doing different events and different things, like people like to see and experience and be around me, and I'm like, just a little old me, I don't even do that anymore. But I agree. I can see how people are like, she's actually genuine, because I like Super Scent, the Real BB Judy, those are like and Courtney Adelaide and B. I was talking about B earlier. Those are my sisters in my head. Like, they're my mentors in my head. They're authentically themselves. Super is ghetto. It's nobody's business, and that's my sis. Like, she just says whatever she wants, and I'm like, that's crazy, but she's right. Like, she's allowed to say and do what she pleases, and now she's a millionaire. Like, selling out in 20 minutes, making $1 million in 20 minutes, and I'm like, that's feasible, that's possible. How do I get to that? You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, before we get out of here, short-term goal.
My short-term goal right now is to push the butter bar experience. So if you haven't booked, it's very limited quantities, very limited slots, so make sure you're doing that. And then my other short-term goal right now is I'm actually going to be releasing a journal. So I'm working on that. And I'm also going to be getting manufacturing space. That's in the process right now. So
Are you hearing yourself?
I don't know. As I said it, I was like, wow, I'm kind of dope.
Yeah, you're dope as fuck, yo.
So those things are like in the process, they're happening, and it's just wow, like to do vision boards. Definitely heavy on the vision boards. I really believe in them. These are things that I put on, and I was like, oh, these are things that I want to do, and I keep saying I want to be a millionaire within 5 years. I feel like it's going to happen.
It will happen.
But yeah, so those are just a few of my short-term goals, which are in the process of happening.
Before I get into your long-term goal, this is how dope you are. Without going into detail, and I'm gonna just leave it at this. They don't even know the shit that you and I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. And I'm just leave it at that. But to go from where we were to now.
Mm-hmm. And it's wild that you say that, bro. It really is, because people who I've like gone to high school with, and you know, even they don't know like the full backstory of you and I and our dynamic and what we've gone through. But just people who know me from high school, they're like, oh my God, you're like a completely different person. Like you've legit like elevated yourself, and you're just in this other space. And I'm like, I had to. I had no choice. Like,
no choice.
I have to do this thing. I have to be better for my kids and go to therapy. I really wholeheartedly believe in Black people going to therapy.
Long-term goal.
My long-term goal is for Naptural to be a household name. The
household name meaning
like your Johnson and Johnsons, like your hair products, right? Shea Moisture, your Carol's Daughter,
your Jergens.
Your Jergens, yes, like legit be staples in your household. I have to have this thing. And
your Dove.
Yes, like it just be something that you automatically purchase.
I can't wait till you get to that level. And I'm like, I know. For me to be on shelves, like, and I've been watching people like getting in the Target. There's the Mess in the Bottle lady, and I love her. She's in Target right now, and people have been telling me like, oh, it's easier to get in Target. Not really for cosmetics so much for me. I haven't really completely looked into it, but there's a lot of like testing and stuff, which is super expensive. But I'll get there. I'm going to get there, and it's just going to be something that's just so
innately natural for people to just have the products in their house. And it trips me out to like still that whenever people do, I have a nail tech, a makeup artist. She's like a nail tech and a makeup artist. She was just showing her kit, and my butter was in her kit, and it fucked me up. And I was just like, I keep seeing this. Like, I keep seeing this stuff that I'm literally making, like being on people's live streams. I'll see, like, I send magnets off.
You're dope.
I see it in the background, like my logo in the background of their thing, because I send off magnets and stuff. But it legit messes me up each and every time. And I'm very, very appreciative for everybody who supports natural.
Before we get out of here, is there anything that you may want to speak to, or just say, or get off your chest, or just anything?
Just keep on doing what y'all doing. Make sure you get familiar with natural, because we will be a household name. And you can say you knew me back when. You can say you knew me in 2021, right? I discovered her at that time. For me, whenever I discovered Meek Mills, it was like a thing for me. I didn't know him at the braids, but I went all the way back to the braids. I went all the way back to the braids to get to know him. That's my god brother in my head, you know. but it was an experience, right? So just get familiar with natural, get familiar with our initiatives and different things that we are doing in the community. Just get familiar with us.
Yeah, and listeners and viewers, I'm sorry if you guys expected like an interview. I probably asked like maybe 6 questions on this whole, hour and 20 minutes? Mm-hmm. We was vibing up, just having a good conversation.
We did.
And so, but before we leave, give your socials again, please.
Yes, socials at Naptural, Naptural Beauty Supply. And then our website is, you can find us on all social media platforms on the at Naptural Beauty Supply. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on the Tickety Talk. I'm learning it. You can and we tweet now. We've been tweeting.
And we tweet now.
We've been tweeting.
That's how you know a nigga old.
I'm old as fuck. But you can find us on there too.
And we tweet now.
And we tweet now. It's a thing. We have a Twitter. Our website.
I got the dopest friends in the world, man. I swear to God.
Yes, you're the shit though. Like doing this.
You're the shit.
www.naturalbeautysupply.com. That's where we at. You can find out more information about us. We do blogs and all types of things. So if you're wondering how to do a thing, check out our blog.
Dope. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. This was great. We're like an hour and 20.
Okay.
Doesn't even feel like it to me.
It doesn't.
We were just vibing out.
And you told me, like, okay, you'll be fine.
I told you.
You did.
A whole hour, 20 minutes later, we had a good ass time just vibing out. But again, like all jokes aside, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story, your journey, and just like hanging out with me.
I appreciate you as well. So thank you.
Episode 73 of Roundtable Discussions. Got myself, Bro Mac.
AKA
Rap Nerd.
AKA
Relly Wilson.
AKA
Relly Martinez.
AKA
Relly Rock Mac.
Oh, AKA
Motivational Mac.
AKA
Dennis the Menace.
AKA
Rodamaz.
AKA
Roderick Douglas.
AKA
Rel Cole.
AKA
The nigga that looked like the nigga off the Lemonhead box.
I can't get past that one. AKA
And I'm gonna end it with today I'm Champagne Poppy, but pause. That's Drake. That's definitely not Champagne Poppy. No, I don't even like that nigga. I'm Tequila Poppy. I don't know why I said that. Tequila Poppy. And I'm sitting here with
LaShesia.
LaShesia, aka
Shishi,
aka
Two She's,
aka
Naptural Beauty Supply,
aka
The Butter Babe.
Ooh, aka
You getting me on that? This will be fucking me up. I think people be calling me the butter bitch. I don't know. It's never been confirmed.
That's funny though.
It's never been confirmed, but that popped in my head, and I don't know why. So if y'all be calling me the butter bitch, just let me know. If y'all want me to be the butter bitch, just say that. Oh, AKA the beer bay girl, because I've been called that quite a few times.
AKA, give me one more.
AKA the self-care dealer.
Here we go. High five.
High five.
Thank y'all for watching. If that's still recording, and thank y'all for listening. We out. Oh shit! Before I get out of here, there's a good chance there might have been an episode next week. A nigga tired, and my birthday next Friday. So
There we go. Happy birthday.
hey.
Cheers.
So I may or may not see y'all next week. Depends on how a real nigga feel throughout the week. So
There you
who
go.
knows? So thank y'all for listening.